Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get my computer. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. Cool. How do I do this? Hi. Okay. Ooh, is the camera okay? Let's take a look. Sorry, I'm live streaming from my phone because now they did something like you can't, it's like really complicated live streaming with the computer because you need like a software or something. So let me just slightly adjust. I don't even think it makes sense. Okay. It's a lot of, okay, let me just try it like this. I don't know. Everything's a mess. Let me go back. How's everyone doing? I will be able to see your chats now that I have my computer. It's a little off, no? Isn't it a little off? Like a little crooked? I don't know how to fix that. I guess it is the way it is. Okay, how's everybody doing today? It's been quite a journey. It's been a long time since I posted anything on here. As you can see, I haven't really been posting any reviews as of lately. Yeah. As you may or may not know, I have been away because I'm making a feature documentary called Liquor Store Dreams, which you can probably check out. There's more information on my website. But if you don't know anything about it, basically I made a short film last year called Liquor Store Babies. And then I decided to expand on it and make Liquor Store Dreams, which is about liquor store owners in the Los Angeles area. And so, yeah, we're pretty much in post at the moment and just editing, figuring things out, trying to find more funding. Making my first film is obviously a big task. I'm trying to move away. Even though I still really love reviewing films, doing trailer reactions, and doing all that, I feel like it's time to like actually make something, which has been nice. So that's what I've been trying to do simultaneously while like just trying to live. Um, but there's so many films that has come out in the past year that I haven't been able to review or even talk about. So I felt like I should do a check-in now because I'm sure everybody's at home kind of like, I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys are probably watching a lot of movies, a lot of TV. I feel like because after like 2020 has been such a shit year that I was watching a lot more films that I just could turn my brain off, whether it's like I've been watching a lot of TV shows, rewatching TV shows like Parks and Recs and The Office, as well as a lot of action films starring Jet Li mostly. I love action films. If you have any recommendations, definitely let me know. I have been doing that. I haven't even been able to talk about Parasite. You guys, Parasite winning like 4 Oscars was major. If you did not watch my reaction to that, it's somewhere on my Instagram where I totally freaked out. So look out for that. I wish I could do like an extensive video about Parasite because I definitely want to do a deep dive. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos as of lately where they're like, oh, things you might not have noticed or things like that. But I went to, as you can see from my channel, I went to a lot of Parasite Q&As. They had a Bong Joon-ho retrospective here in LA where they showed like all of his films, and I went to at least like 2 or 3 nights where he came and did a sit down Q&A, and we got to find out more about the secrets behind all of his films, including Parasite. And so that was really, really amazing. Check out that Q&A, which is still on my channel. I kind of broke it down so it's easily digestible. So there's that. May still do a video on Parasite because I really, really love it. Even after watching it, what did I watch it 2 or 3 times? I still thought it was amazing. And there's little like nuggets that I feel like you completely miss all the time. So, uh, hello. I'm so sorry that you have to keep, if you're still working. It's kind of good if you're still working. That's great because half of like the world is not working at the moment, so we're not getting paid, which kind of suck. But also like sucks that you're still working in this climate. But also, there's not that many people outside, so maybe like less likely. I have no idea, but it's good that you're still working. That's like the one plus side. I do think that they should compensate people a little bit more who are working during this time, because I feel like you guys are like putting your lives out there a little bit more. But I always say we can get through this together. I'm sure a lot of people are. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just like taking it day by day. I haven't left my house in about like a couple of days, which is not new to me because I work from home, so I've been at home. Uh, Whereas everybody's probably like dying and struggling, but I'm pretty okay. I do should go for a walk. But anyways, so I was just talking about Parasite. Other films, I have no idea what's gonna happen because now that they're canceling premieres and all this other stuff, Fast and the Furious, what, 10, 9, 11? I have no idea. It got canceled to next year. Like 2021 is gonna be amazing. Also note, I'm gonna try to come out with my own film 2021, and it's gonna be like another, like it's just like such an amazing year, especially because now that we have the Fast and the Furious, and then Matrix 4 is coming out, and all these other films are coming out. Wait, John Wick 4 is coming out 2021. So a lot of good films to anticipate. I am very, very excited for that. And like there were so many films this year that I obviously didn't get to review. Um, Honestly, like trying to make a movie while like trying to work and live is really hard, as you all know. You may or may not know. So I wish I could do all these reviews, but maybe I can just do these lives and just like check in once in a while. But the films that I watched this year, if you think, I think if you go to my letterbox, you'll probably see what I've been watching. Mostly trash films because I just need to feel better about. Like honestly, after Kobe, it was like so hard to just do anything. And then like obviously everything progressively got towards like shit. Um, Anyways, so yeah, I what did I recently watch? You know what? I know, DC doesn't make amazing films, but the Harley Quinn movie, The Emancipation of Harley Quinn, I think was so much fun. I actually watched that like at least 2 or 3 times in theaters because it was such a good experience. Like I had so much fun watching it. I love the action scenes as well as like just her being such an anti-hero. And that breakfast sandwich scene was amazing. If you haven't watched it, go watch the Harley Quinn movie. It's like I loved how colorful it is, and there's just so much personality. And the director of John Wick, Chad Stahelski, was actually like I think the action coordinator, so it makes a lot of sense why Harley Quinn the movie had such great action sequences. I mean, if you watch John Wick, and I'm a huge fan of John Wick, you can tell that a lot of their action sequences you can actually like see it in full. It's not like a what's that called, Liam Neeson Taken situation where there's like 27 cuts within like 3 seconds. You can actually see the entire action kind of come alive, which was great because that's how action should be, and not like literally I watched that Liam Neeson scene just to see it, and him going over that fence took like 20 cuts. It is insane. Uh Anyways, I'm gonna take some time to, it's hard. I'm like trying to concentrate, but then my computer's here. So if I miss your questions or whatever, um anime otaku. Okay, let me just bring my computer. Uh Anime otaku says, I have not seen Parasite. Going to grab it on Amazon, streaming once it's available in Scotland. Hello from Scotland. That's kind of cool. Yeah, wait for it to come out somewhere. Do not bootleg it or whatever. I feel like it might, like the stream might cut off and it'll ruin your experience, so don't do that. Young Dub, I think you made me fall in love with Sharon the translator. Sharon wrote this great piece after, like a very, very exclusive piece on our experience during like the festival circuit from Cannes to like the Oscars, which is what is that, like full 8 months. She wrote a great article on Variety, exclusively only on Variety, because so many people reached out to her. Was it Variety or a Hollywood Reporter? One of those. And you can see how like she writes so exquisitely, and you just can't wait to like for her films to come out, because just read the article. You'll be amazed at her writing. She's so articulate, she's so detailed, and just her interpreting skills from what Peng Joon-ho says to how she translates it or interprets it in English is so intricate and so concise that it's really hard for anybody to do. Like my Korean skills is like not up to par, and I've done some translating work, but it's not to that level, which is like I really truly aspire to be Sharon Choi's level of Korean, because it is so rare to find that kind of talent and intelligence level. Like I don't even know how to really explain it. She's kind of brilliant. So definitely read that article about her experience being Peng Joon-ho's interpreter. Such great insight from like going to Taco Bell at 4 a.m. with Celine Sciamma to like, I don't know, just like so many little behind the scene nuggets that we would not be able to experience, especially because like not everybody can go to Cannes, and not everybody can be have that experience with Peng Joon-ho. Like to have that kind of access is rare and pretty awesome. I slightly feel like this Q&A or this video session's a little messy, so I don't know if I will save it, but thank you for tuning in. So let's see. Oh my god, okay. Roland666, Subso, yeah, me and my sister work at a bar. We had to file for unemployment till the government lets us open back up. It gives us more time to smoke weed and catch up on movies. Great, yes. Honestly, I was thinking about it, like, should I file for unemployment? Like, I don't know how this thing works. They should also just compensate everybody who is not working at the moment. And I think somebody in LA or in the US suggested like $1,000 each, but that's honestly not enough. Did you ever get around to checking out Twin Peaks? I did get around to I did check out Twin Peaks, but I think, what is it? Season 2 or 3? Is it 3? It's either season 2 or 3. I had to stop because after a while it like freaks me out so much. I think, is it Roland? After Roland gets like, okay, spoiler alert, but after Roland gets possessed or something, like it's really hard. Like, oh man, David Lynch is like a genius. I did try to watch the movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. I think that's what it's called. And that was so terrifying. Like, I watched it with friends, and after a while, like I couldn't really sleep. So truly tragic. Maybe during this break I will get back into it, but I've actually been watching a lot of horror films lately, and it's actually been disturbing my sleep, and I love my sleep, and I realize it's because I watch too many horror films. So I'm gonna try to minimize that. I'm gonna read like one more comment and then get back to talking about the films that I've been watching as of lately, because there's a lot of good ones. Okay. Young Deb. Yeah, I've been trying to find her experimental short film online. Oh, did she do one? That's kind of amazing. I should try to find it. If I find more information, I'll definitely link it down below. So the horror films I've been watching lately, maybe I should pull up my letterbox. What have you guys been watching? Because there's just so much out there. Like, now that I was gonna do a whole separate video about this, but forget it. I have no time. So if it's not Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, which I honestly don't even have half of those, so forget it. I would also like to recommend that for free streaming sites, there's also Canopy, which you just need a library card, and Tubi, which has a lot of like great B-rated and horror films. Super good. Also, if you like classic Korean films, there's like a whole YouTube channel that has like 100 plus classic Korean films. So definitely check that out. But those are the 3 streaming sites that I go to, because at the moment I've been really just borrowing from friends' accounts. Can't afford my own, to be honest. What have I been watching? Yeah, it's been a mess. It's like, since January, Namfu's One Child Nation, which is about China's one child policy, amazing, on Amazon Prime. Watch it, it's brilliant. I love documentaries. That's one of the great ones from last year, which I should have included in my list. I know that the Lord of the Rings films are on Netflix, which I watched, but they don't have okay, somebody called me with, oh man, sorry you guys. Sorry, everybody. Somebody just tried to call me, so maybe I will. How do I? Okay, I disabled that so people can't call me. So hopefully this doesn't cut out. I watched. Oh, you know what? Bad Boys for Life, the Will Smith movie with Martin Lawrence. I watched that and I really, really like that. I rewatched Bad Boys 2, which I actually watched in theaters, and then Bad Boys 1, which obviously I was like not old enough, but I rewatched everything, loved it. Bad Boys for Life had not only action but so much emotional weight, and I was like, dang, Will Smith is like, he can get it. It was awesome. I actually watched it twice because it was that good. Oh, speaking of Twin Peaks, David Lynch has a short film called What Did Jack Do, which is on Netflix. It's like such a David Lynch short film. It's very short. Watch it. Stars and it's in black and white and has a monkey in it. So definitely, you know, it's gonna be good. Oh shoot, that's what it was. Okay, so I watched Lee Whannell's The Invisible Man, which just came out recently, and I have a very, very short Q&A that's on my channel, so you can go check out that Q&A. But dude, that movie is amazing. Another great horror film. It like actually I initially didn't want to watch it because the premise scares the shit out of me, like having this like this ex-boyfriend that taunts you and will like probably murder you, and toxic relationships in general. Like, I do not like that premise. It like feels too close. Like, that probably, I don't know, it just, I didn't initially want to watch it, but after it Beyond Fest announced that they were going to do a free screening and Lee Whannell was going to come to the Q&A, I was like, okay, like let's go and try to watch that. And it was amazing. I really, really liked it. Elizabeth Moss is so good. You can feel the fear in her, and the setup is great. And I just really liked how, oh, mind you, I never watched like the 1930s Invisible Man, and it doesn't really relate so much, obviously, to the modern day. And I think the modern day adds a lot more like technology, and it's just a lot more realistic in terms of like how can they be invisible, and it sets this story in like a very realistic setting in modern times. Does that make sense? And so that was great. There was actually a lot of like jump scares, which I literally screamed. And I normally like don't scream like in movies, but I was like, whoa, like they really caught me off guard, which is it's a plus. Oh, I recently also watched The Lodge. Did you guys watch The Lodge? That horror film by the directors of Goodnight Mommy. I think it went to Sundance last year, and I saw a bunch of people tweeting about it, and luckily I forgot about those tweets because they're a big spoiler alert. And so I watched it. Truly terrifying. Like, I guess it's the same vein like Hereditary, where while you watch it, it's so grim and you don't know what's happening. And then after you watch it, you think it will kind of like, I don't know. It's just a movie that stays with you. I didn't realize how much The Lodge would affect me because I was like, okay, it might just be a regular horror film, and it stars Riley Keough and a bunch of other people, but it was probably one of the more terrifying films, not just like experience wise, but like thereafter, because like there were nights after I couldn't really sleep, and I just had trouble, like, I don't know, kind of haunts you unconsciously. You're kind of just affected by it, which I get it. I honestly think from the directors of Goodnight Mommy, like that was one of their better films, even though Goodnight Mommy. Oh, I also said the Goodnight Mommy directors probably really hate kids and moms because there's a lot of themes with family in both films. Definitely check it out. It was in theaters. Maybe it's on VOD now. I don't want to not say their name because let me just. It's Veronica Franz, director Veronica Franz, and then her co-director. Dang it. The Lodge. what is it? Severin Fiala. That's their name. It's about, okay, if I'm gonna say the premise, during a family retreat to a remote winter cabin over the holidays, the father is forced to abruptly depart for work, leaving his two children in the care of his new girlfriend. Okay, that's a very simplistic log line. The film reveals a lot more, and there's a lot more story to it, and it's actually like really dense and somewhat intricate. I mean, definitely reminds you of Hereditary because there's like these. I don't know how much I could talk about it because I feel like I'm spoiling it. But watch it if you like horror films. Watch it. It was great. I just can't do films like that anymore because I feel too affected at this point. Not good. Oh, I Impulse bought 3 horror films the other day: Raw, Green Room, Brightburn. Have not watched any. Raw is one of my favorite horror films ever. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's brilliant because, man, director Julia Ducana, I think that's her name. I did actually a review on Raw and Green Room. So they're both on my channel. Go check out those reviews. But Raw, yeah, let's talk about Raw first. Raw is amazing because it's about like this girl who goes to veterinary school and she's like forced to eat like an animal product during her hazing, and then it like kind of like opens a whole can of worms, which you it's just beautifully shot. The story's amazing, somewhat realistic. I don't know. I just really like coming of age stories. And then Green Room, which, as you know, Anton Yelchin's in it. That is Jeremy Saulnier's movie. Really badass, kind of like this combination of like punk rock and Nazis. Like I don't. They're just coming together and fighting. Definitely watch that. It's amazing. Uh, oh, cool. Um, Thank you for your comments. Somebody mentioned a horror film I should get to is Funny Games. Michael Haneke's Funny Games. Watch the original and then watch the remake with Naomi. Naomi something. I blanked out. But Michael Haneke is probably, don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he's probably the only filmmaker that remade his own film in English, which I wonder, now that I think about it, Parasite is so good. I know that they were talking about it becoming an Amazon series, which Mark Ruffalo is tied to, and I'm like, ugh, Mark Ruffalo, weird. Okay, make it work. So it makes me think of that. Yeah, Funny Games, truly brilliant. It's like the fine line of trying to be too nice and not. Yeah. Um, Let me get back to my letterbox. So, like I was talking about, Canopy has a lot of great films for free. Like you just need a library card and has all the Criterion movies, tons of documentaries, every like any educational videos are also there as well. And so I was able to watch A Place in the Sun, the Elizabeth Taylor movie, and I thought it'd be like fun and light, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was a complete downer, and I didn't know it was based on a true story because I read nothing about it, and I thought it was really well done. Cliff Montgomery and Elizabeth Taylor. It was, it stars them, and it has a lot of like truths to it, but it's really tragic. If you're into older films, watch that. And then I recently watched 12 O'Clock Boys because I was like, the last time I was in theaters, I watched this trailer of this these guys who are like in Baltimore, and they're like, oh man, what's that called? What kind of, is it motorcycles? Some like bikes. I don't know but they're like doing wheelies, and that was like what it was the fictional version of it, and I was like, I swear there was a documentary about it, and turns out the documentary version is called 12 O'Clock Boys, and I really really liked it. It's about this little kid who wants to like join this bike gang that's in Baltimore, and it was really cool. I love motorcycles and like bikes or streetcar races. Like I love that culture. It's truly fascinating to me, and so I really, really liked it. I'm shocked that from that point on, I haven't been able to. What's that called? Oh, dirt bike. That's what it's called. Sorry, I totally spaced out. But dirt bike, yeah. Which I love motorcycle scenes. If you haven't, like when I think of motorcycle scenes, like classic motorcycle scenes, obviously John Wick, I think 3 had a great motorcycle chase. Even Harley Quinn has like a very slight motorcycle chase, which I really really enjoyed. But the most epic one is from this Korean film called The Villainess. I don't know where you can find it, but go watch Villainous. It's like action packed. Uh, One of my favorite films. I think just the motorcycle scene alone is on YouTube. So go search for it. It's quite fascinating and like so like in your face. Villainous is one of those action films like you just honestly don't know how they even filmed it, because it first starts off like the film opens with like a GoPro fight scene, and it's so like it's like really in your face, but everything else like the motorcycle scene, so go watch it. It like literally goes through the streets, and like while the person is driving and under like their arms, it's like amazing. I don't know how they filmed it, truly. uh one of the I haven't watched that many like action packed Korean films. But that's definitely one of them. The story could use a little work, but you know, we're watching it for the action, which is good enough. I still really, really enjoy it. So I've been watching that. I've been trying to find like comedies to watch because I really just wanted to laugh, and then people kept, because I have like Parks and Recs and The Office on rotation, which I mean I should just try to branch out a little bit more. And somebody recommended uh Schmidt's Creek. I think that's what it's called. I've been watching on Netflix, and like I laughed a couple of times, but honestly, I prefer, my humor kind of aligns more to like The Good Place, which I really really like. I think Community is gonna come on Netflix, which I stopped watching after Donald left, and then there's just not that many good shows. I know people talked about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I might get into, but I've been saying it's is it Andy Samberg? I just can't get into like Andy Samberg things. And I can't take him like totally seriously, but I need to maybe give it a go, because Michael Schur, I think that's his name. All the shows that he does are brilliant, like Parks and Recs, The Good Place. I think he was probably part of The Office too. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot. Are you into K dramas at all? K dramas, Korean dramas. It's so crazy because Netflix has been getting so many great K dramas that they've put a lot of Korean drama sites out of business, which is truly tragic. I've been watching Itaewon Class, which is amazing. I don't like to watch too many K dramas because they're so overly dramatic. Sometimes they're very sexist. Uh, they're just like there's so many tropes that come with it. But Itaewon Class is awesome because it's about this. Usually the main characters are girls, but this one is about a guy and his he's just so badass. It's on, what is that? Toon. It was a comic first, and then it became this show. And it's so funny because actually the son in Parasite, his best friend is the lead in Itaewon Class. And Itaewon in Korea is like the city that all the foreigners go to, and so they should be a little bit more progressive. And the show itself is really refreshing because I love films like Parasite and topics in general that talk about like capitalism in Korea and how can a regular person fight some like big corporation, and that's a topic that they touch on, as well as Park Se-jun. I think that's the lead name. He's really great. It's about like not giving in to your bullies, standing your ground, even if that means like, okay, no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil this. But first few episodes are a little bit sad. And Korean dramas are just so, if you want to learn how to write, I feel like watch Korean dramas because there are so many conflicts and they just know how to make a really, really great story. Which leads me to, okay, Itaewon Class is great because it's progressive. It has like even a black character, which normally K-dramas don't have black characters, which they probably should have more because there's actually a lot of like foreigners in Korea, especially in Itaewon, so it makes sense. It has a transgender character, which has never been done before. So in this sense, Itaewon Class is very, very progressive. And then there's Kingdom. You guys watch Kingdom, the zombie film or zombie series on Netflix? You guys, I don't have anything else but Netflix, so I've been watching only Netflix. Do I have, what is it? I don't watch anything on Apple. I don't watch anything on like Amazon Prime besides Fleabag. Hulu, I've been really wanting to watch Rami, but don't have Hulu. So Netflix has been my jam. Yes. So Kingdom, if you guys watch that Korean zombie series on Netflix, it's called Kingdom. I'm so repetitive right now. I'm like, season 1 was brilliant. I loved it so much. Just finished season 2, which is equally as brilliant. They really take the zombie trope and add some fresh takes on it. Peduna is amazing. Season 2 is also really great because I think first 2 episodes or 3 episodes is like action packed. There's so much going on and they're so inventive of how to kill these zombies. It's really interesting and I love it. I think I might rewatch season 2 to be honest because it was that good. I definitely don't recommend watching it while you eat because I did that with The Walking Dead. Not appetizing at all. Like, it's just so much blood. Not cool. Not cool. What else is there? There's also another Korean drama called Crash Landing on You that people have been raving about, but I haven't gotten to that yet because Korean dramas you have to commit, like emotionally commit to. Like for Itaewon Class, I stayed up till like 7 a.m. I don't want to do that. So, yes. Okay. I'm going to read some of the comments. Best bike stunt in the end fight of Police Story. Totally agree. Loved that. Would I rather pick up Parasite on the upcoming 4K release or the upcoming Criterion Collection Blu-ray? Definitely the Criterion Collection Blu-ray. I prefer that so much more. Because I normally don't... I mean, besides a few of the DVDs that I still have, like I basically stopped buying DVDs. Like it's still on this channel, but maybe 7 years ago, I did a whole DVD collection live stream. It went on forever. I had so many DVDs, which I've now pretty much all donated it to my local library. So their library is stacked with really, really great DVDs. I shouldn't have done that. And even the librarian was like, please don't donate all this. Like, you should keep this. And I was like, no, I don't need it. I have a hoarding problem. And so the ones that I have left are these few and a couple of ones upstairs. But pretty much I got rid of all my DVDs. So I don't know if I will even buy the Parasite DVD, because like I'm pretty sure I can see it online. Hashtag minimalism. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me know your recommendations. I'm pretty sad that a lot of the films from here on out are gonna get canceled. Oh shoot! Okay. Oh my god, you guys. Last year at AFI Fest, I watched one of the greatest horror films and probably one of the best films to come out in 2020, which is called Saint Maud. I watched the trailer and I was like, did they give away too much? I don't know. I think you could still watch it without it being spoiled, but it's called Saint Maud. It's about this girl who, it's like, you know, religious. I'm not religious, but I feel like if you were, I wonder if you'd be haunted more. I have no idea. But I think it's supposed to come out end of March. It's incredible. It's by a filmmaker called Rose Glass, and the film is so brilliant in the way that like the story unravels, and the lead actress is amazing, like truly haunting. Like wow, I get Elizabeth Moss vibes from her. And probably one of the best films I saw at AFI Fest last year, which is hopefully gonna come out in theaters. I don't know how it is. Maybe they'll release it on VOD. I know that so many things have been pushed back. Have Mulan been pushed back? I was kind of anticipating or like excited to watch Mulan. I don't know what's happening with that. I know something's happening that it's getting really bright. But anyways, so I don't know if you can hear, like there's a lot of talking outside, but so Mulan's not coming out. A lot of films are not coming out, but I think what they should do is they should just either put it on VOD, or hopefully this whole thing dies down and then we can kind of like get back to watching movies. There needs to be like a solution, because after like South by got canceled, who knows if they're gonna cancel Cannes. What else? Tribeca got canceled. So I had a lot of friends whose films were gonna premiere, which sadly, like I like, what the hell's gonna happen with those films? It's kind of, I hope there's like a solution where they either do an online premiere, or these distribution companies can still watch it and pick it up. Like something needs to happen. I mean, like things like Netflix is probably doing really, really well still. So they should find some method to make it happen. I have no idea, but I'm hoping, like, oh, actually, what's that called? There was a film that opened at Sundance that's actually gonna come on Netflix. And you know, even Netflix does all these premieres that they're rolling out still. And that film's called Crip Camp, which I'm really, really excited for. As somebody who's like making a documentary now, I'm trying to watch like every documentary out there, which is obviously really hard, and I have to always like emotionally prepare myself. But yeah, it should be, I'm excited for that. It's probably one of the few films that I'm anticipating in the coming weeks, because I'm like running out of things to watch, but also there's like too many things to watch. So I'm trying to like pace myself. Yeah, I should finish Twin Peaks. I think that it's time to finish it. You should post a what DVD you kept video. Hopefully maybe in the future. I mean, it's like there's like sneak peek of just what I have here, and then back there, and some upstairs. For sure, if you watched my top 10 favorite films of all time video, which is on my channel, go watch it right now. Definitely. Sometimes I have very bro-ish taste, which I don't like to even talk about, because all these bros have made these films into like the bro film that I don't even like to tell people that. Like one of the films I really, really actually love is Fight Club, but I can't even tell people that anymore, because people have made Fight Club into this like thing that's like very bro-ish, and stop ruining movies. Anyways, of course I have The Matrix right here. Better Luck Tomorrow. I have Fight Club. I have The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Of course, The Shining. Akira and the Harry Potter films. What's the first rule? So I can't say. I can't say. Yeah. Anyways, there's that. What's my preferred type of horror? Loud or gory, all over quiet, leaving things to your imagination. Truly the scariest films that I've watched. One, The Shining. It's not like gore doesn't scare me. I think gore is exciting, especially like in The Raid, when people can be very inventive about fighting and killing one another. Like, that's cool to see. But I think the true horror is when they tap into something really, really deep within you and it's triggering, whether it's like Jordan Peele's Us, Hereditary, or even The Lodge. Even The Lodge, like, I didn't really expect to be so impacted by it, but there's just something like very sinister, and the way that it's filmed kind of like provokes that feeling out of you. Another film which is not talked about enough, which I did a review, is called The Disappearance of Jane Doe. Is that what it's called? Let me just... The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's on Netflix, and it's kind of a slow burn movie, and the ending was like truly haunting, and that's what really got me. Films like that. Oh, also Jennifer Kent's The Babadook. Films like that where it can really like tap into like kind of something like primal in you is something that I like. That's true horror for me, rather than like jump scares. The only reason why the Invisible Man was able to do both, like the jump scare and like the true fear, is because he tapped into something like a real feeling, a real fear that a lot of probably women have. You know, have you heard that quote where a lot of men are scared that women will laugh at them, but women are scared to literally be killed? Like, it's pretty much that feeling. And so yeah, I think the way that the story was positioned is so brilliant, because it really is a true fear of a lot of people. So there's that. Mostly quiet, leaving things to your imagination for your interpretation, things like that. Do I watch any non-fiction weird horror channels on YouTube? I don't know. I actually, like, one time went to a weird side of YouTube where there's people doing like ghost adventures, and the one genre of horror I do not like to do is ghosts. Ghosts are not my thing. Spiritual things are not my thing. I do not like that, especially because it leaves a lot of things to my imagination. So no, I haven't trickled over to that side yet. Hopefully I don't. I don't know. Let's see. What's it called? Speaking of The Shining, did I watch Doctor Sleep? I did watch Doctor Sleep. I really, really liked it. It kind of takes the story like deeper than it really should, but Ewan McGregor was so good, and I liked the way that sometimes Doctor Sleep goes into places where it kind of feels like a school project, like a college short film, how people manifest their emotions and how they can like deal with it. And I didn't like that aspect, but everything, the whole film tied together, was done really well. I really, really liked it, and it was like kind of like as someone who really likes The Shining, it was a satisfying sequel. I think you can say that. It's really well done, and it is scary. Not as scary as The Shining. And now I don't even like to talk about The Shining as much because, like, as much as I love Stanley Kubrick, and I literally have this whole book on Stanley Kubrick, like the way that he treated Shelley Duvall makes me hurt a little bit because you shouldn't have to like punish your actors to get the kind of acting that you want. I think he ruined her mentally and emotionally and physically for life, which totally sucks. Just to get that performance, but in it, like that movie in itself is like truly a classic and um, probably one for the books. Yeah. Ugh. Uh, Sorry, I'm reading your comments. Uh, so if I make a voodoo documentary, you won't watch it? Uh, it's not like I won't watch it, but I mean, I watch things that I'm scared of all the time. I just have to brace myself and like just push through. There are films, obviously, I don't want to watch because it truly terrifies me, but I pretty much watch everything. Like, I'll always give things a chance and see what's up. So, hmm. Nonfiction, unfiction, basically where it's treated as true events, kind of hard to explain in this space. A channel called Night Mind has a good video explaining the concept. I mean, I might check it out. If it's like truly, if it's horror, real life horror is like a lot scarier than fictional horror, which is based on real horror. But sometimes I'm like, I can't fully do. Chance, Chance Thrash. Did you see The Lighthouse? I haven't seen The Lighthouse, but I'm a big fan of The Witch and Robert Eggers. I think he's like one of the most brilliant filmmakers out there. So after The Witch, which is his like first film, for that being his first film, I can't even comprehend like how what a genius he is. So I might watch The Lighthouse. I think it's on Canopy. They have all the A24 films there, so I definitely have to try to catch up with that. The films, okay, a lot of the A24 films I haven't watched, which are The Lighthouse, mid 90s, the Jonah Hill movie, and which I think people have said that Minding the Gap is very similar and probably better because Minding the Gap is an actual documentary about growing up and being scrappy and dealing with a lot of bullshit and skateboarding. So there's that. What other films? A24 films. There's a bunch. I still have to catch up on that. I haven't watched. Yeah. What are the best and worst films of 2020? Oh, I think you guys might have missed this, but I basically did a brief breakdown. Best films of 2020, no judgment. I can easily say Saint Maud, which hasn't been, is not going to come out till end of March. Birds of Prey. I really, really liked Bad Boys for Life. Truly engaging. The Lodge is good. It's just traumatizing. So is it still considered the best? I have no idea, but it is pretty good. Worst films, I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been enough out at the moment for it to be considered a worst film. And in order to get better at filmmaking, you have to actually watch really, really bad films to know what is actually bad. So to me, like, even if it's really bad, like, I'm not gonna say it's bad. I can't even think of the worst movie I've watched. Can you categorize The Room as the worst film that has ever been made? Like, I think it's subjective because there's some merit even in The Room. So, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. There's a toughie. I know what the best films are, but the worst films, not so much. Uh, cool. I can't believe I've been talking for like an hour. Was I able to see Midsommar director's cut? Oh yeah, I know that Ari Aster came out with a director's cut, which I have not watched. Also, who was it? Was it the Criterion or A24? They have like a podcast where directors talk to one another, and I definitely need to check that out because I'm kind of behind on my film game. I haven't been tuning in as much. But my friends at the LA Times, Jen Yamato and Frank Shang, I think that's how you say his last name, Shang. They came out with a new podcast called Asian Enough, and their first episode stars John Cho, and the second one Lulu Wang of The Farewell. So listen to that. I can't wait to listen myself. And oh yeah, last year's films. So last year's best films: Parasite, The Farewell, Hustlers. I really, really liked Hustlers. Let me pull up that list. I actually don't know if you know, but on YouTube there is a community little tab where, because I haven't been posting videos enough, I will go there and just sometimes make random posts. Also, if you really want to see me in my real life, you can follow my Instagram. So is Real Thoughts on Instagram. I went to a lot of film events and Q&As. I went to see Lena Waithe's new show that's on BET called 20s, which is really cool. And I mean, now I can't go to any events, so I'm just watching films and continuing to do work at home. But I used to go to a lot, and so you should check it out. Follow me there if you want to know things more immediately. Okay. So my top 10 films of 2019: Parasite, The Farewell, Hustlers, Us, An American Factory, Dolomite Is My Name, Midsommar, Uncut Gems, Little Women, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is technically considered like 2020, but I saw it last year, so I'm going to put it for last year. Honorable mentions is The Beach Bum and The Nightingale. You guys, did you guys watch Jennifer Kent's The Nightingale? It is such a brutal film. Like, they pretty much banned it in all of the US. I was able to watch it in like the one theater in LA, probably in California. It's like gut wrenching. So if you like horror films, Jennifer Kent, who did the Babadook, insane. I can't even handle the Babadook. She did a film called The Nightingale, and I think it takes place like in the 1800s, or I have no idea, like some time back there. And it is such like a brutal movie. Like I watched, good thing I watched it in theaters because I think it was like 2.5 hours long, and it was so intense. Like by the time I got out of the film, like I was like gasping for air because I finally got out, and it was such a like an emotional journey from like point A to the end of the film. I have to take a minute because Jennifer Kent is like so bold in making a film like that is like it like literally hurt to watch the movie, and like such a strong vision. She did not back down. She like really gave it to you. So that was my honorable mention. Let me know what your best films of 2019 were, if it differs from mine, because I'm sure that everybody really liked Parasite. The Farewell, Lulu Wang's The Farewell, like hit me on so many different levels, and I really like a lot of the shot choices to the story to even the acting, like I really appreciate it. And there's just so many nuances because I think a lot of Asian Americans talk about what it feels like not being Asian enough for like America, not being Asian enough for Asia. And so like they got every little thing right, especially when it comes to family obligations and duties like that. It is really bright. Like I wish I could like, oh, I guess I can. I don't know, you guys. You're gonna have to deal with this. Oh, sorry. Let me catch up on your comments. Before I go, can I email you my old school project? What do you mean? What kind of old school project? If you didn't know, oh God. I have my short film that I did, the short film that I'm making into a movie at the moment called Liquor Store Babies, is on my YouTube channel. I'm turning that into my feature length documentary called Liquor Store Dreams. Check it out. I also have a narrative short film that I created a couple years back. Not the best, but I still really appreciate it. I learned so much in making that. So that's called In Bloom. That's also on my YouTube channel. The one with the girl with a blanket over her head with a film playing in the background. Oh, I don't know. Which one is that? I don't know which one that one is. Just hit me. You're the person City Girl told me about. Dude, I love City Girl. If you like lo-fi music or music in general, City Girl is my girl. Her music is in my short film, Liquor Store Babies. And I'm so thankful because her music like truly created the drama that I needed. And it really just helped my short film. And I'm hoping to use her music as well in the feature length. So that's great to hear. The Nightingale got a really good Blu-ray release by Scream Factory. Oh man, if you like horror films or just like, yeah, any films, Scream Factory, yeah, they do a lot of releases, and I know that a lot of people get DVDs from them. So check out their website. They're amazing. I also know that Fangoria, the horror magazine, is gonna do like a free 2-month subscription. So if you're not subscribed to them or can afford it, this is the time. They're giving it out for free for 2 months. Ba, 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 ba. Huh. I think it was the real old Vimeo days. Maybe she was on the bed with the film projecting over her. Oh my God, I think I know what you're talking about. I did a school project literally when I was in high school. High school? College? That was so old. Have you been following me since then? Like, truly. Like, people are, when I made my short film last year or a couple years ago, people were like, wow, this is your first short film? That's amazing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like my 100th short film. Like, do you know how many shitty short films I had to make to actually get like decently good or even like improve? Which took a lot. So if you have been following me since then, oh my God, wow, it's like 10 years plus. Thank you for being here. Truly amazing. What else? Yeah, there's a lot. Also on my channel, I think it's still there. I'm not sure. I used to like curate some short films, like really good short films or any little things I liked watching. So I don't know if it's still there. Go check that out. A lot of great like film commentary I'll watch usually on, what's that called? Oh, on Fandor, Every Frame a Painting, which is Tony Zhao is like an incredible person who I'm really sad that he's not doing his film commentary anymore. And then TIFF Originals, which Toronto International Film Festival, they do a lot of little short films based on people, and they're very informative. Sorry if that cut out. At this point, give me one second. Someone just tried to call me. Yeah. So at this point, I feel like you don't even need to go to film school. You can watch everything on all of YouTube and figure it out. Speaking of free stuff, I think Premiere might, if you're like a student, I think they might also be giving like subscriptions out for free during this like time. I think that's what I saw and heard somewhere. Go check it out. Maybe Young Dub said, yes, so I've been here since the Pieta review. Wow, that's 2013. Thank you for being here. That's amazing. Oh my god. I can't, like, that's, what is that? I can't do math. Like 7 years? That's amazing. Like, truly. If you see the beginning of my YouTube page, which I'm so embarrassed, I should really delete some stuff, but I'm leaving it out because I want to be like, whoa, I really started from the bottom, now I'm here. But it is, like, all the reviews are so shitty, and like, the very first review I ever did was PTA's The Master, and I'm literally talking to the camera like a robot, like literally a robot. So if you really want to watch it, go watch that, but it's so embarrassing. I can't even look at old reviews anymore. And even like this, I feel like I'll delete it after a few days. Ugh. Anyways, okay. Any last questions before I leave? What should I watch? Oh, so before I leave, definitely if you want to follow me on Instagram at So's Real Thoughts so you can see what I'm watching, as well as Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter, engaging with the community, as well as like any film stuff. Like the film community on Twitter is pretty great, and so I like to kind of like go there and chit chat. And send me any film memes. I love memes, and so there's a lot of great film memes out there. I think I'm gonna watch the new Netflix show called Gentified, which is about, I don't know, I think it's about like the Latino community getting gentrified in Boyle Heights and how they deal with that. That's on my list. I'll try to watch some of the A24 films I've been missing out on. I'm trying to watch a little bit more documentaries. Like I mentioned, one of the best films that I watched last year was called An American Factory, which is on Netflix, and I think it was like produced by Michelle Obama's company or some tied with the Obamas. But like An American Factory is such a great portrait about, okay, I realize I really like films about the 2008 economic turmoil, crash, whatever. Hence why I also like Hustlers. And because it's such a crucial time, like that, An American Factory portrays such great duality and shows the major differences between Asian and American companies, as well as work ethic and just their mentality. And so to me, like, it was really humorous, but also very enlightening just to see that. And the movie's great. It's amazing. I love it. And I love movies that are like so American like that. Like truly like, yeah, great American films. Also, if any like 2008 recession films that you like, definitely recommend. I'm trying to watch a lot of them soon. Okay. Now is the perfect time to start watching Criterion films starring the spine number 1 on the streaming site. Ozark comes back at the end of the month. I have not watched Ozark. I should get into more sci-fi. Westworld, I do not even watch. Oh man, I wish I watched those things. Like, at this point there's so many things to watch. I have to like really limit my time. Also, if you don't know, like I'm also really into K-pop, and K-pop like consumes my life. And so trying to keep up with films as well as K-pop, like the amount of content and like films and things that come out is truly overwhelming. So I'm like and my mind is just running constantly. But any recommendations, hit me up on Twitter. I think all my handles and all the information is down below on my info page. If you also want to buy me coffee, I have my Venmo on there. What else? I'm hoping I can do more live streams. I don't know, how was this? Was this good? I feel like I've been just ranting on and on for the past hour. So what is today? Wednesday? When's the next time I should do another live stream? I feel like we could banter on forever though. Like I want it to be a little bit more constructive. Maybe I will do my DVDs. I don't know. It feels like yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will. I'll have to think about it. I do want, like, the next time I come on, I want to talk about like something more in depth, because I think this was great because I'm kind of like we're really just talking online and whatever comes up comes up. And I did want to talk like everything I wanted to talk about, which was including last year's best films, as well as the films that I watch, as well as like what's coming up. Those are great. I am good with those. And so, Stan Luna, yes. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Hit me up on my socials. I'll be there. I don't know. Should I come back? What is this? Should I come back on Friday? Is that a good time? I don't know. And if you guys are like watching it around the world, like let me know exactly what time works for you, because I work from home, so I'm pretty much available like anytime. Maybe because of the slight situation, I should like live stream at night a little bit more. Also, I didn't know if my phone could handle this, but I wanted to actually live stream us watching something like a full length movie together. And I was gonna try to do Space Jam because it's on Netflix and I'm sure everybody loves Space Jam. So give me suggestions. Yeah, I might still do that. I'm gonna try to schedule more live streams so we could watch things together. I think now that we have to like social distance ourselves, give me suggestions on what films to watch together. Something light and fun so we can actually like talk through it instead of it being really intense. And I'll plan it. And then if the live or whatever cuts out, it cuts out, as long as we got to watch it together for the time being, I guess. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Hit me up on my socials, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Maybe Friday? Friday? I don't know. Okay. Bye, you guys. Bye, you guys.